So our next speaker is a project manager at Karhu Helsinki. She leads WordPress website projects with clarity, structure, and heart. With a background in both business and creative work, and an interest in productivity and personal growth, she brings strategic thinking, empathy, energy to every collaboration. In her free time, she usually is buried in a book, at the gym, or falling down a rabbit holes on the internet, often with a dog nearby and a notebook within reach. Please welcome our next speaker, Susanna Perta.
Hello, thank you. Can you hear my voice? Yes, good. Lisa-Marie had a digital paper and Tia had a computer. I have paper notes because I'm old school. I don't trust technology. Okay, so yes, my name is Susanna Perta and I work at Karhu Helsinki as a project manager. I come from a non-digital background, but I've been working here for almost, 3.5 years. I'm very passionate about customer happiness, and today I want to talk to you about collaboration, which I think is the key for creating good customer experience. Many times we talk about strategy in the high level of what we do and what we want to accomplish, what kind of value we are creating for the customers, but we don't necessarily go to the ground level of what we actually do there and how we can create value for our customers. So I think we should talk more about that. And of course, there are many people needed in a website project, but today we'll focus more on developers and project managers cooperation. But I'm sure there's something for everyone in this talk, since the topic is very easy to apply for many different roles. Okay, so what is customer value anyway? There is this Finnish big telecom company whose sales reps call me a few times a year, probably to some of you also, and they try to sell this home entertainment system. They always ask that whether I watch TV or do I like sports, and I answer that I don't really have time to watch TV and I don't have that much interest in sports. And they pause and say, well, but there is great value for you in this, since you even get free sports channels. You think there's value for me? No value, surely for someone, but it's always a subjective experience of what I get if I buy this product or that service. Is it worth the money and does it solve my problems? And it's always, very subjective. Each one feels it differently. We can try to create value and design our products or services so that there will be value. But we can't take it, hand it over and take it. This is the value you're going to get. So it's more difficult than that. Simon Sinek talks and has written a book called The Infinite Game, which has very much to do with this. We have these games that are finite, like hockey or football. A finite game has rules and it ends at some point and somebody wins. But an infinite game does have rules, yes, but we can also make them up by ourselves. And it doesn't end, or we can decide when it ends. And when we succeed, it doesn't mean that the other team or company loses. There can be many companies that win at the same time. So I think that creating value is an infinite game. It's not static. It evolves and shifts, and it must be ongoing or we lose. Value can come from many sources, like easygoing project, technical reliability, the customer feeling that they are heard, cost savings, trust, and so on. So there are many things that affect. A website serves many functions in a company and many stakeholders who all have their own needs. It's even possible that the company has different functions and departments that they have zero interest in helping each other. They just want their own solutions. But we, on the other hand, have to understand all of them, and to succeed in this, if we succeed in this, there will be value. Surely we need to deliver what the customer or client ordered, but true value is created in the journey. And when the journey goes well, from or even starting from the sales or even before that and until the end, it doesn't matter if you screw up something. But if the journey fails somehow, there are a lot of problems. Even the finest result doesn't take away like the problems that happen during the journey. So I think the base for this or could be listening, understanding, communicating, and delivering what the customer ordered. So we have many opportunities of building trust and satisfaction and happiness. It requires small actions, but when we succeed, we get this built-in value for our work that will help the future development, because the customer already knows what they can expect. A short while ago, I had this integration project where we ran into trouble and we didn't know exactly what to do, and the schedule was really tight. So we pulled up this meeting with just the client and developer and me, and managed to plan everything so that we knew where we were going and were able to like finish the assignment. It was a small thing, but we saved a lot of time from 3 different companies because we didn't need the third company at all. We could design it by ourselves, like ad hoc meeting, in an ad hoc meeting. The tech work became easier, and the client was very impressed, and it actually like surprised me also, because they had never met our developer, and now they met them, and they even afterwards commented it, like how nice it was. So these are like basic things and can sound like a bit silly maybe, but they are much more valuable than we think. And this is why I'm holding this speech, that I think that we should appreciate this value more, because people value things like this. So how do we create the value? So we all want to be exceptional, and let's see what we can do about this. The client is not buying a website when they order a website. They're not buying the final product. They're paying for a better future, easier work, happier customers, more leads, or a fix for something. Of course, it depends where they're coming from, but there are many different things involved, what they think they are getting for the money. Many times, they're also paying for better than the previous project. Many customers seem to have like bad experiences. They're excited and frustrated, usually very busy, So there are a lot of feelings involved. It takes the whole journey to feel value when there's so much involved. We need to remember that even though we are selling to a business, we are working with people. We talk about business to business, but it's more like human to human. Salesforce even called it business to me, which is like I'm buying from the business to me, even though it's for my company. Business to business, human to human, it's all about humanity and connection, about people feeling something. I think that involving the developer early on is crucial, even at the sales part. We need to be flexible about this. Some developers like to work with the customer, like on face-to-face meetings, and some don't. But there's no need for everyone to be on a face-to-face meeting. It doesn't require that for everyone to be involved. I've noticed that when we talk about the whole team by names to the client, it makes a huge difference, because then it's not just some random developer or a development team handling all their problems. There are people making this website for us. And it makes all the difference, especially when there are difficult times or delays or something like that. So being in this together is the most important thing. Like us together as a team and us together with the client. To make it more concrete, I think of this as the value triangle that you can see on the slide. When all the sides are connected, the value flows. But if one corner is disconnected, the triangle collapses. And it's our job to keep it strong and make sure that we collaborate so that it stays intact. Okay, now I'm running a bit out of time here, so maybe we'll just do a quick step on this slide of 6 keys to value, which I think data-driven decisions, of course from the numeric data, but also from people. We know from past projects what has worked and what hasn't, which developer has which knowledge and who's better at something. So we need to use this. We need a structured schedule and process. It supports us, but also the client. And it gives them relief. They always know what is expected from them, and it's easier for them to trust the process. As mentioned before, we need clear communication, both inside the team and from the team to the customer and back. Understanding us as like from developer to project manager and other way around, and understanding the client. And I think it's very important that the whole team understands what are the client's needs, because it makes everything easier. Then feedback, usually collected after the project, but I suggest that collecting feedback as continuous loop is important so that we can like change the way we're doing things, and like listening and understanding each other and correct the course if necessary. And then the last one is the one we are aiming for, partnership. Points supporting this come up frequently in our reference stories. Clients who feel truly heard, understood, and supported through the whole journey, they truly value that, and they see us as ongoing partners in their digital success. So these are quite no-brainers, and you might think now that everybody is doing these already, right? But are we really? Are we truly listening, and are we truly supporting collaboration? Teamwork and collaboration is the key for better customer value, and I'd like to invite you all to talk more about teamwork, collaboration, and the importance all of this has for our company's successes. And before we head to lunch, I'd like you to take this thought with you. Customer value is built in our everyday work through our decisions, actions, and work we all do together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susanna.